Good, good afternoon. Welcome to another craft with crafting with Ollie. Today I'm going to be recreating a little buddy for this. I made him a couple of days ago. My little bumblebee made out of socks and rice. And I'm going to be making another one similar to him, but this time I'm going to make a ladybug. And I am going to be using this little headband I got at Dollar Tree, a sock, a ladies crew sock, a black one, and a polka dot sock. Also, I got these socks at Dollar General. Okay, to begin this, you're gonna need some rice, and I use this little, they go on top of your drinks at the Stripes or Circle K's or whatever, and I just put tape on the end because it has a hole for your straw to go in, and I'm just using this to scoop out the rice. Just makes it easier. Another thing I need is, I just remembered, the lid for the canning jar. So you just need this, just pop out the center from there. This will hold the sock open so you can pour the rice in there. It'll be a lot easier. Just gotta, this sock is a lot more slipperier than the other. This sock for the bumblebee, I used the crew sock, which is a lot more thicker, and it holds up. This is not as easy as the crew sock. Oh, anyway, I'll just fold it in this way. The rice will go in there anyways. Just gotta figure it out. And you just pour the rice in. There you're starting to see the body, the bottom of the, and however much rice you want, it'll be the size of how big you want your little, this little thing to come out. So I think that's a good size for the body there. So the next step is going to be to, let's see, I'm comparing it to my bumblebee. This sock is a little bit more sturdy because it's a crew sock, and this is a slack sock, so it's more easy to expand than the crew sock does. But I think it's gonna be a little bit smaller, so I might have to add a little bit more, one more scoop of rice in there, because it did look a little bit smaller, and I want it to be about the same size. So let's see, with another scoop, it makes it a little bit more bigger. Just a little bit more rice. I think that'll do. Okay, yeah, I think I like that size. So that's all you do. You just figure it out how big you want it to be. And now I'm going to tie a rubber band there on the top. I'm just using these little small rubber bands to clip the top. I'm going to be able to do the head. Of this little ladybug. put a rubber band, but I also like to reinforce it. I'm gonna reinforce it with a jute string, just so that in case the rubber band does bust, the jute string lasts a long time. It won't be easy to bust as a rubber band would. All right, now I'm going to continue adding some more rice to this for the head. This will form the head now. Just start shaping it to the size you want it. I think I'm going to add a little bit more rice to that. And once you see the size of the head and you like it, you can stop right there. And again, put a little rubber band at the top. Doesn't matter what color you choose, anyways, you won't be covering that up. And there you have the head. And this one's a little bit wobbly, so what you could do is just add some hot glue and glue the head down so it doesn't wobble off of the body. Okay, the next step I'm going to do is I'm going to cover this body because I wanted to have the polka dots, but I couldn't find any socks that have the red with the black dots, like the body of a ladybug. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use this white sock, but I am going to paint the white areas with a red marker. But before I paint it, I'm going to put it on here, and it does have this blue, but that'll be in the bottom. That blue will not stand up. You won't see it because it'll be sitting on that blue. It's the first time I actually use this sock, and this crew sock. It's a slack sock for a woman, and it's a little bit more flexible, so this thing kind of like wants to roll off. But like I said, I am going to glue it down the head so it doesn't move around as much as you are seeing it doing right now. Alright guys, as you can see, I've already painted the majority of this sock. It was white, so all I did was get a red Sharpie, and I already adjusted the head also, and I glued it down so it was flopping all over the place, as you all noticed. Again, it's some hit and miss with these crafts, and it's okay. It doesn't have to be perfect, but you just go with it. And I glued the head down so it's not wobbling anymore. And all I did, as you can see here, is just get my red Sharpie marker, and I'm filling in all these white areas. I did the same thing with the bee. It used to be a black and white sock, and I got a yellow Sharpie and I colored in all those stripes, the yellow stripes on it. So if you can't find the correct sock, then you make it work. And that's what I did with this. I'm just went ahead and decided to buy this sock. When I saw it, I said, oh, no problem, I can just paint it red. And sure enough, here I am painting the white part red, and it's turning out okay. In my opinion, I think it's okay. I see it working for me. Once you add the other embellishments, it won't be as it'll work out, I think. You won't even realize that this was painted with a Sharpie. And this Sharpie is called a brush Sharpie. It's supposed to paint like a paintbrush, and it works pretty good. And you can see the blue on the bottom. Like I said, you won't be able to see that, because that's what she's gonna sit on. So you won't even see that part. So I'm just going back over the spots that I see that look a little bit whitish, just to make it a little bit more reddish looking with my marker. Okay, there you have it. This is going to be the front part. This is where I tied the sock, and I'm going to use that as the front of the head of the body, where I have the little jute string sticking out. That will be the front part. Oops, I missed a spot here. Another way you could have done this, I think you could have soaked the sock in water and added food coloring, and the white part would have turned red. I think that would have been another way you could have done this, but I just tried it this way. If I do another one, I'll do it that way. I'll try the food coloring and water and let it soak in there. Or even adding a little bit of the red craft paint can also turn this sock into red. I think that would have been another solution to turning this white sock into red. Okay, that's as good as it's going to get. I think I like that already. All right, now let's go ahead and work with the head now. This part of the sock, it's going to be covered up anyways. As you notice on the bee, I used the toe section of a sock. The sock had polka dots on it. I used the toe section, and I made it into a beanie. But my ladybug is going to be a female, so I'm not gonna put a beanie on her. I'm gonna put a bow on her instead. But she is going to have her little antennas on it. And like I said, I got this headband at the Dollar Tree, and I'm going to take off these little wings, and I'm going to add them to her body. They come off real easy. They just, you can tell that they have been glue gunned on, so they do come off really easy. And then the little antennas, they should be able to come off easily too. I'm just going to use the scissors to tear this off.
1.
Okay, so I pulled off the antennas from the headband, and the headband I'll just put that aside, and now I'm ready to work with the head. Now this little extra sock that I have up here, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to pull it over and just kind of give it a double liner for the head, and it gives it more easy, so you can manage the rice in there. It's just like a double liner on it. Okay, so then the head, the little antennas, I'm going to glue them to the top of the head, and then I'm going to put a bow above it. This bow I made using polka dot burlap ribbon and a daisy ribbon that I got. It's just 3 pieces, and I just squished them in the center and tied this jute rope around it. Anyway, so let's get back to this. I'm going to glue the head, the little antennas up in the center of the head right here. I'm going to add a little glue and stick the antennas on top of it and just let it sit. Hold it for a while and make sure it sits. The glue dries so it can sit. Ouch. I keep forgetting to grab the finger protector so I don't burn myself. And you can shape the little antennas however you want. Okay, I think that is pretty much set now. And I got this little sunflower. I know sunflowers go well with ladybugs, so I'm going to clip this top off so it'll be more flat, so I can glue it to the top of this bow. I'm gonna clip off these strings of the jute. You don't really need the rope that long, so I'm just going to go ahead and just glue it on here, on the top where her antennas are. Okay, but before I do that, I want to make sure I work on the face and and it's just going to be eyes and the nose, and that's all, as I did with a bumblebee. For that, I'm going to be using these little pom-poms. I was just trying to decide whether to use a red pom-pom or a white pom-pom for the nose. There's the red and there's the white. I think the red will match better since their body is red, and of course the polka dot, that'll stand out here. So I'll use the red as the nose. Now for the eyes, I'm using white buttons, because if you notice the ladybug eyes have this white circle and then the black in the center. I don't know if you've ever seen a ladybug, but that's what the eye looks like. So what I did is I used this button, and I'm using the white side because it has something else on the side. I'm using the white button, and at the Hobby Lobby, at the paper studio, I found these little things, and to me they look like little eyes. That's what I used on the bumblebee. They look like little like eyeballs to me. So I get this size, and I'm gonna put it right in the center of the button. And they're stickers, so they stick on. And then I will go ahead and just more or less figure out where I want the eyes to go. And put a little glue on the back of the button. Glue one eye. And then the other. and then hold them there so they can stick. And then of course the nose will go right here. Let me add, and there you have it. She's looking cute, right? I think it looks cute. And of course the little bow on top will make her look a lot more cuter with the little antennas. So I'm just going to add some glue on the bow so it'll stick right up here, and that'll cover up the glue that I had there with that. When I glued the antennas, it'll cover it up so you don't see it. Okay, and on the next step will be to put the wings on her body to show her little ladybug wings.
One.
All right, guys. The final step now is going to be to glue the wings on her body, and all you need is just to put glue on the edge of this where it used to have it when it was on the headband. Just put a little glue on there, and let me turn it this way so I can center it, so I make sure I put it in the right spot. And then just press and hold until it sets. Okay, and I'm gonna do the same thing to the other side. Just add a line of glue all the way across there, and figure out where you're gonna put her other wing. Press and set. Okay, and there you have it. There's my little ladybug. I'm gonna go back and finish with a marker where you see the white spots on her. And of course, here's her little buddy, her bumblebee buddy. And I think they look cute together. Thank you for being on my channel, and don't forget to subscribe and like my channel if you like what you saw. Thank you. Bye.